Yeah, YouTube, what up? Welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Watts. I'm your host, Watts, and today I want to talk about the Women's Royal Rumble match of 2025. That match, it was really good. It was a couple botches. There was a couple things that I noticed, stuff like that. I wasn't all happy with everything that transpired, but what you see is what you get, and I was happy with not necessarily the outcome, because at the end of the day, we already had an idea that Charlotte Flair was going to win the Royal Rumble. So at the end of the day, I couldn't have cared less about that. And real spill, when you think about it, they can't have two elements of surprise. Like, one of them have to be predictable, and that one was predictable. But what I didn't see happening was Roxanne Perez being the runner-up. I didn't expect that. Now, I'm not complaining. That right there just kind of shows you how they see Roxanne Perez and where they see her in the next couple of years. And when she gets it, it's going to be very hard to take it off of her. I'll say that. Like, they're doing a good job building the women's division for when Charlotte steps away, or when Bianca decides to step away, or Naomi steps away. They're doing a good job of laying the groundwork. They're basically telling us, all right, we understand that Becky Lynch is the GOAT, or their GOAT, but they're also acknowledging, she probably wants to raise her daughter. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of time is consumed with being on the road and stuff like that, and they're not able to really raise families the way they would want to. So what they're doing is they're shaping up the future really well, and that starts with Roxanne Perez. It's currently happening with Rhea Ripley. It's really good. Lyra Valkyria, she got a little time because she came out and nobody really cared. But she's really good though, and I like her, but she got a little bit more stuff that she has to do first. But I like what I see, and very well, I was at a point where I was like, all right, well, shit, Roxanne might just win the whole thing, but they want to have that blonde versus blonde match, that Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton match, and that's what I feel like we're getting. But at the same time, we could always switch lanes, and we might just get Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, and they might run it back, because at the end of the day, Charlotte Flair might want to get her lick back. The competitor in her might want to win that championship and beat her for it to get her close to 16th reign. So I wouldn't even be mad at that neither, because that's how you create legendary feuds. You don't have to have them feuding for an entire year for it to be a legendary feud. Let them feud for like a good 5 months, WrestleMania season, what have you. And then every now and again from there, they run into each other every so often, every couple of years, and that can be like a great rivalry. So real spill, I see that things are looking up. There's a lot of people upset about the outcome, but come on, be for real. What did you think was going to happen? What do you think was going to happen? You really thought that anybody else, any one of those 29 other superstars was going to win? The only one that I would have probably thought would have won, other than Charlotte, was probably Bianca Belair. And that's because she has so much skin in the game. But I'm not going to even hold you. I kind of did at one point think, all right, Nia Jax could probably win this too. It was a couple of situations where I was like, all right, Nia Jax could win it. Bianca might win it because she was lasting in there. And then Roxanne Perez, she shocked the world. But that girl, she's going to be a star, man. She's going to be a star. I like Roxanne because she's really a student of the game. And this is no knock to the athletes, because a few of the athletes has became stars in their own rights. But what I'm saying is that she studied wrestling. There's nothing in this world that she wanted to do other than wrestle. There's nothing in this world that she aspired to do but this right here. She was at the show. She was meeting Nikki Bella. She was the Bella Twins. She was meeting Lita, Trish. She was doing all of this stuff, and it positioned her perfectly to do exactly what she's doing right now. She lives for this. She was waiting for this moment. She used to dream of this moment, man. And that's what wrestling is all about. It's all about you watching it as a child, growing up as a teen, still being a fan, and then practicing it. She started when she was like 17, I believe, and she started in reality of wrestling in Houston with Booker T and stuff like that, and that's why he has such an infinity for her, and that's why everybody else has such an infinity for her, because she's just that good. It's no getting around it. She has proven that she can do both. She has been a good face, and then once that kind of like died down a little bit, she turned heel and she's crushing it. She is literally, if you build a superstar from top to bottom, she's definitely one of those archetypes that you would probably want as a woman superstar. Like people like her, Bianca Belair, Charlotte, they all have it. They all have the DNA, the prototypical women's wrestler DNA. They all have it, literally. So I know for a fact she's gonna go far. But as far as Charlotte goes, I'm not mad at her facing either one of them. A part of me want to just see her run it back with Rhea Ripley, because that was a 5-star match. Now I'm not saying that Tiffany Stratton can't keep up, but I feel like there's a lot of holes in her game, and I feel like her having this moment this early is she's crushing it. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like she's gonna get exposed in some capacity, and real spill, she's either gonna have to sink or swim at that point. This to me is like the Austin Theory John Cena situation, where they're gonna be some promos where it's like, nah, I've been doing this. They gave you the ball after WrestleMania. We'll see if you could keep on carrying it. That's what I see that's gonna happen overall. But real spill, I'm looking forward to it. It's in a good direction. I'm just trying to sit back and enjoy it. Too much hate, IWC, that's what we just do. We're fickle, I guess. I'm saying we because no matter how much I would try to separate myself from it, you can't really separate yourself from it. Like, be for real. But yo, I enjoy everybody tapping in, supporting the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. I appreciate y'all. Yo, but I'm out. Peace.